Aquarius, welcome to your reading today. I've laid your cards already, apart from the end cards, which we'll cap with. So this, I think, just to see if you want to stick around, I think this is a reading about how to get your passion back after an ending and a disappointment. And because we've got at the basis of the reading the Queen of Wands, and it feels quite wandy, the energy, and you're having to employ your mind to pull you up out of the depths, because here we have you in your interior world as the Five of Cups, feeling very disappointed about something, focusing only on those 3 spilt cups, not turning around to look at the 2 cups, which would then give you the impetus to get over that lovely white bridge, which we see later on appearing, and then into that beautiful home. And we see this white bridge in the 4 of Wands as well, which is about perfect partnership, potentially even marriage and those kind of things. So crossing that, how this makes you act in the outside world is you're looking to cooperate with other people with the 3 of Pentacles. Maybe you're looking to work with a therapist, was what I thought when I first saw it. Maybe you're looking to start a new venture after the end of another one. But it's good. You've got an outward focus. What can I see? This little button shape in the middle. It's funny, different things stand out to me in the middle of those 3. I don't know if that means anything to anyone. And I'm really looking at the monk, who normally doesn't grab my attention. So look at him. And the plans. What's on those plans? Let me put my red glasses on. It's interesting. The plans show the building, but sort of upside down. It's very strange. As they're held, it's as if they're being presented upside down. I wonder whether that has something to do with this. Your attitude is trying to see things from a kind of hangman perspective, of seeing the plan from another perspective now that it's changed. Something like that. Where you're at, what's at the basis of the reading is this Queen of Wands. So trying to instinctively gain that kind of passion and drive creatively again with your little black cat, those mysterious pyramids behind the sunflower of optimism. What's standing out? Yeah, the sunflowers are really standing out to me today. Look, they're all over the banner behind her as well, with those lions. Courage and optimism, this is what you're trying to regain. It feels as if I'm really honest, this could have been really a hard time, a sort of big, sharp disappointment, something you weren't expecting. I can see how there are pyramids on one side and sort of very grey earth on the other, granite. That makes me sort of feel it's like transforming an amazing disappointment into something, an amazing mystery, an amazing source of power. Yeah, I think something, I felt there could have been, when I was laying the cards, for some people who are turning up to this, there could certainly have been a huge disappointment. Something that slightly comes out of left field that's quite hard to get over as a disappointment. In the recent past, we've had the 8 of Wands, which is lots of news and communication. It could be social media, but it just might have been a lot of information coming at you that you're having to metabolize. It's a very fast energy, so that might have felt quite speedy in the recent past. And let's see if there's anything. This is such a plain card. Well, it still has got that little building at the bottom, hasn't it? That one that we want you to get to in the 5 of Cups. You see that there? Is it similar? Not really, it's not the same stone, but that idea of a safe harbour, a home. So some news, potentially about a home situation. I mean, it's quite a jaunty card, the 8 of Wands. I don't dislike it, and it could just be that you've been setting your goals straight. It's definitely got all this passionate communication that would be aligned to her. So maybe recently there has been a lot of passionate communication coming to you, but maybe there's an issue in receiving it because you're in this state of disappointment. I don't know, it's something like that. And then in your potential outcome, the 3 of Cups. This is beautiful. Celebrating some sort of win with your friends. It's light-hearted, it's easy. The faces of these two women, the friends that I can see, are sort of quite strange, ghost-like, strange, old-fashioned faces. And look at how tall that cup is that she's gripping at the top with the long, long stem base. Those are the things that are jumping out at me. And how this hand here is sort of holding the white robes of the other woman. They're all sort of held into a beautiful union together. So it probably is very old friends who might be coming together to support you at this moment, or just something fun for you all to do together. Now, coming up in the near future, this is lovely. We've got the King of Wands, who is the partner, obviously, to what's at the basis of this reading. So maybe through working with other people, as we can see you're doing in the Three of Pentacles, you've started to grasp the idea of your kind of entrepreneurial spirit again, and you're starting to look outwards after this disappointment, ready to start girding your loins and getting going with this passion. I love that. Or maybe this passionate figure's coming to you. Maybe there's somebody who's a bit of a King of Wands who's going to come and lend his energy to you. Now, what do I see on him? Yeah, this strange thing round his neck. What's that? It's like a little smiling figure. It's like a little smiling imp. I love it. And also look at the way his cloak drapes over the arms of the chair, almost becoming the chair. It's really interesting. I've never seen that before. Drape upon drape upon drape. It's rather beautiful. His under cape, or the inside. So what I'm seeing is the inside of his cape, which is spotted, and that seems to be rather important today. So the interior, the bit you don't show other people, is starting to sort of come out. Maybe that's what this is about. Your inner entrepreneur, your passionate side, starting to become very clear to others, which I just love for you, of course. Now, your attitude. The wonderful Page of Swords, quite strategic. There is quite a lot of energy here to make new plans, to grab hold of your intelligence and try and take yourself exactly where you need to go. And she has got the wind blowing her hair. Look at those trees in the background with the wind blowing them and her hair as well. But she's very youthful, but she's making some great plans despite not quite having all the information, because she's just a sort of teenage kind of energy. But that's okay, that's good. We love to see that after this disappointment. It shows me that you've moved on, which is really, really good. So your disappointment is just short-lived. In your environment, so this is home or work or wherever you spend a lot of time, or that's very significant to you. Here's the ending, and this is probably what caused the disappointment in the first place. The Ten of Swords, the new dawn dawning, the sign of blessings or new start in the mudra that he makes. Oh, this one I'm looking at now. Look at how that sword is almost through his head. Normally it's just his back, but I've never really looked at where the swords are positioned, but this feels like the neck or ear, something very close to the sort of epicenter of our intellectual being has been cut at. It's quite violent, isn't it? But it's okay. We now that helps us understand where this disappointment is coming from. And in your hopes and fears, you want to unbind yourself from any self-victimizing thoughts with the Eight of Swords, to get into the center of your world and start enjoying success again, to bring a new cycle, to get everything in the right place in the world. You know, that's what the world means to me, is everything being in its right place. Yeah, when I look at this, I'm interested in this one sword here that's slightly at the front. What's that got to do with? The others are all in a line, and there's one maybe asking her, do you want to pick this up? If you could wriggle free of the binds around your body, you could pick this up and use it to sort of incisively. Maybe she has to hop round back to front and sort of hop towards it, pick it up, and then use it to unbind herself. It's interesting that that's slightly forward. And in the World card, yeah, what's sticking out here? The wands in her hand. The eagle is looking quite punchy to me today. I'm not sure I'm allowed to show you her, but there you go. There's the eagle. So maybe this is for people in America. This could be, the wands might indicate that you're going to have to use, or if they're wands or if they're sort of double-edged torches, there's a sort of sense that you've got to use some illumination or some magic in order to unbind yourself from this victimhood. This is your wish and hope. And here we have you moving towards this beautiful new start, your heart being reignited again with this offer from this hand of the divine, whatever that means to you, from elsewhere, replete with love, the dove of peace, all of this water kind of flowing down with the 5 streams coming from it, the bells around the bottom. And this is looking like a W to me today. What does that mean? Is there someone here whose name begins with W, or does that mean something? Does it mean wish? The drops of blessings and the lovely lotus flowers. So a lovely new start that you will be celebrating. How amazing. Right, let's do our normal capping with the Enchanted Forest Oracle card. 3? No, I just want 1 today. Let's have a look. Just 1 card to cap this, to show us what we ought to be looking at. Or that one was very decisively coming out. What have we got here? The 2 of Boons. This means look under. Don't overburden yourself. Don't be lazy in this new start. Look for the potential threat. Let's have a look, see what this sticks out here. Actually, not these ones. I'll have these. The red ones are for sort of really amplifying. The green ones are slightly somewhere in between where I can read a bit better. 2 of Boons. Okay. I haven't got any other 2s here. It's interesting. So, balance, steady attention, agility, taking care of assets. A villager has been gathering firewood in the forest and is now wending his way home. The heavy baskets make a precarious burden, so keeping his balance on the narrow bridge could command his full attention. But his mind is elsewhere, not fully present with his task. It would be all too easy to fall off the bridge and smash on the rocks below. Not a pleasant prospect, even before you factor in the ogre. And then it says, ogre. An ogre is hiding under the bridge. This is a ferocious cannibal, and he will make quick work of the man if he fell. This card is a warning to not take on more than you can safely balance and attend to. There's something called the lazy man's load, where a person piles on the cargo to avoid having to make a second trip. This rarely ends well. Work sensibly, give your full attention to your endeavour, or all could be lost. There are hidden influences just waiting for you to slip up. Maybe it's to do with all this passion and this youthful strategic energy that we see here that may be a little bit over ambitious. So this might be saying, whoa, it's great what you're doing, but just slowly, don't go too fast. Just a note of caution. Let's see what the Rachel Pollock cards have to say. This is the Shining Tribe Tarot. It's a lot denser, less whimsical. The 6 of Birds, look at that. That's beautiful. So I'll just dive into part of the meaning here. 6 of Birds. Oh, thank you. I got straight to it. The power of dreams, especially sacred or psychic dreams, opening doors to the unknown, taking special steps to seek healing or change, trust in intuitive understanding. That is the Queen of Wands. That's what she's asking you to do. The stylized woman sleeping on her stone bench comes from a pair of small statues found in an underground temple on the island of Malta. The unusual form of the sleeping ladies has led some researchers to think of them as worshippers or priestesses who've come to the temple for a special purpose, dream incubation. So what can you dream up here? This is a practice where we ask the spirits for a dream of healing, wisdom or prophecy. The seeker goes to a particular temple, fasts or eats special food, prays and performs rituals, and sleeps in a special room or faces a special direction. When we enter a different world as we sleep, and dreams are slippery and mysterious and detached, because of these things, many people think dreams are coming from the land of the dead. The sleeping lady statues are found in an underground temple dedicated to burial. In the 6 of Birds, we see dark pillars of stone behind the woman, like a doorway to the other worlds. A snake slides underneath her bench, a fierce bird descends with a dream. Now, do you remember how I saw the eagle on the world in your hopes and fears? So that could be that fierce bird descends with a dream. Okay, maybe this is it. Maybe you're getting some sort of information from another world, and that's what you really hope for in order to help guide you with your intuitive process. Popular books on dreams often treat every dream as significant, but says clearly they're not. Dreams can even initiate us, just as if we've gone to an esoteric master. So then she talks about a dream. So the power, the divinatory meaning of this, the power of dreams, especially sacred or psychic dreams, opening doors to the unknown, taking special steps to seek healing or change, trust in intuitive understanding. Well, that really sums up the kind of direction that the Queen of Wands takes in life. So this is what you're trying to get to. This now makes sense. You're needing to really partner with your intuition and your passion, and this is what you're wishing for, some sort of communication from the other world. Let's see what the Divine Muses cards have to say. Here we go. The Divine Muses. Could we have a comment on this reading or anything else that those collectively turning up need to know? Well, the first one that came out was the Wounded Healer. And then after that, we have Divine Messenger, which is very related to that Eight of Wands that we have in your recent past. So let's have a look. We'll just take something tiny from each of those. So the Wounded Healer is 193. And this is Healing Gifts, Healing Quest. And right at the end it says, this card's presence may be saying that you're a wounded healer. So whatever trauma you've suffered, this disappointment, can end up being very valuable to others. That wisdom and what wisdom and tools do you now possess that could assist someone in channeling this energy, if energy needed for transformation? We can be of service simply by telling our stories or by entering a teaching or healthcare program that calls to us. The Wounded Healer says we're empathetic and the healing process, to the healing process, and can give back in some way. What have you learned that you can pass on? That's beautiful. So there is a sense that some of your messages from the other place could be these divine messengers. Let's see what these are. Could be about healing for people beyond yourself. So 57. Okay. Conduit, spirit signals, clairvoyance, breath. This is the divine messenger as a reflection of our relationship with the heavenly realms and our increasing spiritual awareness. This card affirms the strength of your intuition. Great, that's what you're looking for with the Queen of Wands. You have a keen ability to see things with clarity. Clairvoyance means clear seeing, and this card may be asserting your ability to see beyond physical sight with the mind's eye. Divination tools may help reinforce your gift. If the Divine Messenger card has been pulled, be receptive to any messages that may be coming to you presently. So, sometimes these signs can come in threes. If something keeps showing up, then the rule of three is a good gauge to indicate that the message is attempting to be transmitted. Perhaps a hawk. So we keep saying that wonderful bird of prey keeps appearing to you, or some other divine creature. Is it a guide? What does it signify? Has a symbol or oracle card resurfaced for you several times? What does that particular emblem or card mean for you? Trust your intuition to guide you to the message. We're constantly being inundated with spirit communication, so we will need to be very vigilant about what's crucial for us to know right now, which is why the rule of three is significant. We don't have to be on at all times. We can wait for a sign to appear 3 times as a signal that it's a serious message. Then it says you are a conduit. I think this is what this is about. You opening yourself up to some sort of messages for divine information. Quiet your outer senses, attune to your inner awareness. You know this part of yourself well, for it's your inner voice. It's a way of connecting to universal wisdom. I love that. It's so beautiful. And then again, it talks about the hawk, those feathers. These are hawk's feathers. So that, and the hawk being a sign of divine, long been linked to the divine world, helping us soar effortlessly into the heavens. So I sort of equate that with this bird. I love it. So we've got 3 sets of this divine wisdom. This feeling, I really focused in on that bird, which is obviously an eagle, but it could be a hawk. So there's some sort of divine messagings that you need to connect to. This is so beautiful. We're just going to have a final comment from the Teeny Tiny Tarot. And what do they want to say? Yeah, that's it. We don't need to say much more. Open up your intuition with the High Priestess. This is big, big intuition. There are revelations and understandings and deep knowings resurfacing with from yourself within the Judgment card. So it's very clear. This is what the whole reading is about. It's not just your passions. It's about being ready to listen to this intuitive little black cat and get really attuned to what the divine wants from you. That's so beautiful. See you again.